Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a 2 looks 1 palette because I'm trying to get through all these. There's a lot of them there, and this is going to be with the Nomad Cosmetics Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. I've already done the first impressions. If you want to go check it out, I'll leave it up here and down below as well. And I'm very excited to get into this palette. I really wanted to get into my 2 looks 1 palette, and looking at this look, you'd be like, that's not from this palette, but it is. And this is how she looks. I'm very excited. Just for this first look, I wanted to use some of the more neutral shades, the warmer shades in the palette, and just see what we can create, because it's kind of different in this palette as well. We will also be playing with greens more in probably the second look. I think that's kind of what I have planned for the second look. But I really enjoyed this palette. I really enjoyed playing with it. I really love my first impressions look. And if you want to see any swatches or anything like that, it will be in that video, so go check it out. But I really enjoy this palette. I think it's beautiful. This is my 3rd Nomad palette, I think. I'll definitely be getting at least 1 more. But this is my 3rd one, and I'm really enjoying this palette. I think it's a very fun palette. And I cannot wait to get into like this colour and some of these brighter greens, and I don't know, just playing a little bit more with this palette. Just before we get into the 2 looks for this palette, my Instagram is linked down below where you can go follow there for all the up close pictures of my looks, up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks. And my TikTok is down below for some extra content, and I did do a TikTok on this look. So I'm excited to get into this palette. So let's see what we do for look number 1. Okay, so let's get into look number 1 with our beautiful Nomad Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. I've been very excited to do this 2 looks 1 palette. I have both of them already planned out. I know exactly what I'm doing for them. And the first look we're going to do is actually a little bit more on the neutral side. Warm neutrals, which I very rarely do. I just really want to use Bunratty Castle, this beautiful kind of burnt orangey brown. I want to use this copper shade up here. I want to use a little bit of this one, and I think one of the greens, but I'm thinking this one because I haven't used this one yet. And I think I'm going to do kind of like a, not a smoky wing, but like a winged out shape with those kind of shades, and do a little bit of the pop of green like on the inner part of my lower lash line. Just fun, warm, a little bit summery, that kind of vibe. And yeah, I'm very excited to get into it. So my skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on, which will all be listed down below. And my cheeks are done, which I will go through towards the end of this look and show you what I used. So we're going to start off the look using the Makeup Geek pointed crease brush, which is like a stubby but kind of like thicker fluffy brush, and we're going to take Bunratty Castle, which is that beautiful burnt orange, and I'm going to start mapping out my shape with this. So I'm kind of popping it on the outer corner, kind of from my lashes, almost as if I'm doing like a winged liner. I'm pulling that out in the shape that I want it to be, and then start bringing a little bit of that through the crease, still keeping that wing shape. Then I'm going to take ABH Cosmetics number 10 brush, which is like a little pencil brush, and we are going to take that same Bunratty shade, and we are going to run that, connecting on the outer corner along the lower lash line, just 2/3 of the way in, because I want to leave that inner part for the green. Okay, now I'm going to take a Ingloss 6 SS, which is a really soft, big, fluffy brush, and we are going to take Denny Boy, which is this kind of taupey neutral, but I kind of love the idea of this, and I'm just going to use that to blend out, although this doesn't need like a major blend because it is quite a easy shadow to blend, but I just want to use this to soften around my edges and give me a little bit more of a fade into my skin tone. It just sort of creates like a natural shadowed effect in the crease, not like I have a kind of taupey grey eyeshadow on. It's more like just it creates that shadowed effect. And I'm just taking a small little bit of that and running that along the lower lash as well, just to soften that out so it all matches around the eye. And with that as well, I'm kind of pulling out in the corner. Okay, lovely and blended. I'm actually really happy with how that blended out, because that taupey shade really didn't murky it up, but kind of gave us that more shadowed effect, kind of suits my skin tone better. Sometimes these orangey shades can go too orange on my skin because I'm very pale, so it kind of gives me that little bit more of a seamless blend into my skin. Okay, so on to shimmers. We're going to take my NYX glitter primer, and I'm going to take a 239 from MAC, which is just like a flat brush, and we're going to take some of that glitter primer and pop that on the lid, kind of in the shape of that gap there. So see there, it's kind of like a diagonal. Kind of going to follow that shape, and then I'm just going to take a tiny little bit more glitter primer on the very tip of the brush and pop it just in here where I'm going to be applying that green shimmer, because I really want that green to stand out. Okay, so I have wiped off my flat brush a little bit, but it's still a little bit tacky as I usually like it. We're going to take Clips of Moher, which is this beautiful copper penny sort of tone, and we're going to take that, and that is going to be on the lid. So just popping that over the glitter primer, just where I applied the glitter primer. Oh, that is pretty. It's literally like a very, very similar colour to the matte, but sparkly, which is going to be so, so nice. There is a good bit of fall down from that shade, but I don't mind. I can tidy that up after, but that is so pretty. And this, if you've got blue eyes, beautiful. Or kind of hazel eyes or very bright green eyes, this is going to be beautiful because of that red undertone in it as well. Obviously brown eyes can wear too, but to really make the cooler tones in the eyes stand out, this is going to be stunning. Okay, so now for my green, I'm going to take this one here, which is Dhuit, which is, when you read it, that's not how you think it's going to sound, but that is how you say it, Dhuit. And it basically means hello. It's a greeting in the Irish language, but we're going to take some of that on this is a Real Techniques, what are you, accent brush, just like a really small little brush, teeny weeny, and we're going to pop that on that inner part of my lower lash line, just over that glitter primer as well. This is the kind of colour where it's almost like a grassy shimmer green, but also kind of has a teal element to it. It's like the base of it is like a teal, and then the shimmer in it is more kind of chartreusey lime green. So just for a little pop of colour, because yes, it's a neutral look, but you know me, I like my little bits of colour here and there. Okay, last little step, we're going to take the shade Savage Beauty down here, which is that kind of pewter shimmer, and I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. This is a brush from the Friday the 13th collection from Glam Night. It's just a little teeny weeny flat brush, and we're going to take just a small amount. We don't need a lot of this shade. It's just to give a bit of highlight in here. Okay, that is all for my eyes. Well, I have to finish them off, but that is all for the shadows on my eyes. I am going to jump off. I'm going to finish off my eyes. My cheeks are done, but I pop on a lip, do some lashes and all that kind of stuff, and I will let you know what I used when I come back. Okay guys, so this is how we finish off the look. I just went for kind of similar kind of tones with everything, even with my like top, I kind of went with that sort of tone as well, and I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it's fun but still neutral. It's a little bit wearable. It's a little pop of colour if you want to add in a little bit of colour, but it's fun and it's sparkly and I love it. So to finish off the eyes, I just done a bit of a smoky liner and blended out with that burnt orange shade from the palette. I went in with Coffee eyeliner from Beauty Bay, just smudged that along my lashes in a wingy sort of shape, and then went over with the Bunratty Castle shadow from the palette. For my waterline then, I wanted to match the green on the inner corner just to give it an extra little pop, so I went in with my Oden's Eye Sol Mon Gel Liner in 005, the bright green, which is Avocado, and I just popped that on my waterline. For my mascara, I'm still using my Zoeva Infinite Potential Mascara Full Volume on my top and my bottom lashes, and then for my lashes I went in with the LA Splash Dauntless lashes, and these are the style Stunner. I don't know if they still do them, and I really want to get more of the LA Splash lashes. They're really, really pretty. For cheeks, I wanted warm, nice warm cheeks for this look, so I went in with my Kash Beauty bronzer stick in Shady Beach. Just a nice warm contour just all over the outskirts of my face. And then for blush, again keeping with those tones, I went in with this Pixi, which I don't think I've used on camera before, I'm not sure, but I wanted to keep it and wanted to use it from my declutter. This is the Fresh Face blush in Beach Rose, which is that kind of warm, almost terracotta sort of colour on my cheeks. And then for highlight, something I haven't used in a long time, this is my Solstice highlighter palette from Sleek, this guy here. And I went in with this one, which I think is Equinox, this kind of peachy shimmer here, just to highlight my cheeks and down my nose as well. For lips, as soon as I done the look, I kind of had a feeling I knew exactly which combo I wanted to use. So I went in with my MAC, it's an all MAC lip, as a lot of my lips are. This is the lip pencil in Spice, which is like a warm neutral, and I line my lips and fill my whole lip in with that. Then I went in with this, which was a limited edition, but the colour you can get, it's just not the texture. This is the Love Me lipstick in Very Teddy, which is the Velvet Teddy shade, so if you want the colour, that's the shade, but they only do it in matte form. This is the kind of cream finish one, and I use that all over. And then for my gloss, I went in with the Dazzle Glass from MAC. This is definitely old and limited edition. This is Courtly Coral, and it's just that kind of like terracotta with sparkle in it, and I just pop that on as my gloss. So that is it. That is my look, and I really like how this turned out for like a neutral look. I don't always do them, but I like to keep them fun as well, so that's why I added the green. So that is this look here. I'm very happy I played with some of the neutrals in this palette. We're definitely going to go back to the greens. I used some greens in my first impressions, but I kind of used the blues as well and the golds. I definitely want to do a green look, a full-on green look with this palette, because I mean, look at it, it's an Irish palette, we're going to use green, aren't we? And I'm excited, I'm very excited. So let's see what we do for look number 2. Okay guys, so we're going to get into look number 2 using the beautiful Nomad Cosmetics Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette, this bad boy here. Finally finishing off the 2 looks 1 palette, and this is what we're going to be using. So I have addressed this in another video which you would have seen, but obviously the first part of this video was filmed where I normally film, which is in my bedroom. I'm currently in my boyfriend's house, my boyfriend's parents' house, in the box bedroom, filming because I'm staying here for 2 weeks and I don't want to lose any filming time, so I brought all my filming equipment, and here we are. Now that that is out of the way, my skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on, which will all be listed down below so you can go see what I use there. And my cheeks are pretty much done except for highlighter. I'll do that towards the end. And yeah, that is all. Let us get into this. What I'm feeling today is a reverse smoky eye, 2-toned reverse smoky eye. I want to use a little bit more of the blue, but I really want to use this blue here, so I'm going to use these 2. And I really want to use this murky green, but I'm going to probably use this as well with it. And then pop a little bit of this green shimmer in the inner corner as well, so that's going to be my inner corner here. And then to blend this out, I might just use something like this. I'm not sure. We'll see. We're going to have a little play with this. So the best way to do your reverse smoky eye, as always, is to either have something to clean your brushes in between quickly that's not going to leave them wet, so like colour switcher or something like that, or 2 sets of brushes that are very similar or exactly identical, which some of mine are, some of them aren't, but they're very similar, so you get the same idea on both sides. So I'm going to do this eye as the blue eye and this eye as the green eye. So we're going to start with the blue, and we're going to use Keen Strand just because I'm obsessed with this colour. I'm obsessed with this navy blue, and I'm taking that on a MAC 221S, just a small little blending brush, and we are going to pop that on the inner corner. And reverse smoky eyes are not for everyone. I say this all the time, not for everyone, but they're definitely for me. I'm just going to very slightly bring that into the crease, so it's going to basically fade out to nothing on the inside. Then I'm just taking, this is a 231 brush from MAC, just a small little smudgy brush, taking that same shade, and we're going to apply that just to this inner part of the lower lash, just in about as far as the top is. And I have adjusted my lighting a little bit because I realised when I filmed my Good Guys collection from Glamlight, it was quite warm, so I've tried to cool it down a little bit, so hopefully it's a little bit better. I'll only really know once I check it, because with the lights on it's hard to see what it looks like on camera, so we'll know once I film it, and I'll adjust it again if I need to. So something like that. Reverse smoky eyes are always quite quick and easy. 2 tones take a bit longer because obviously you're using 2 different colours, but they're quite quick and easy. Because this side is quite dark, I'm actually going to change. I was going to use Kirkpatrick, which is this bright green, not as bright as this one here, but bright green. I'm actually going to use this one up here, which is Blarney Stone. You would kiss the Blarney Stone, just because I feel like you get a little bit more impact out of this colour. It'd be kind of as dark as the other one, sort of. If I need to, there is a deep kind of teal shade there that I can use, but I'm just going to stick with this for now. Then I'm just going to take a B2 brush from Blend Bunny, just a small little stubby brush, and we're going to take the same shade, and we're going to do the same as what we done on the other eye, and just pop that on the inner part of my lower lash line. You can connect right in the corner, which I kind of did on this side, but I'm not making sure it connects because I'm going to put shimmer there anyway. Okay, we look mental, but we're going to continue. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this. I don't know, see, it's kind of hard. I don't really have a pale blue or pale murky blue to use, so I'm just going to use Danny Boy, this neutral shade here, to soften out the blue on this side. And I'm taking that on a Beauty Bay BB202 brush, just a giant fluffy brush. And let's go in and start blending this. It's a bit more murky than I'd kind of like, but I'm just going to start fluffing out the edges, and I can always add more of the blue if I need to, but I'm bringing that through the crease just to give some definition in there. And then I'm taking a little bit more of that on the same fluffy brush, and we're just going to soften this inner part in here. You can use a smaller brush if you feel more comfortable with that, but I don't mind it being a little bit messy in here because the idea of this look is that it's just kind of grungy and messily placed. Okay, so now taking a 203 brush from Beauty Bay, which is basically the same kind of brush. I think this one's a little bit smaller, a tiny bit. And we are going to take the shade Wild Atlantic Way, which is this murky kind of green down here. And I've just been so excited to use this because we all know how I love my murky colours, and I especially love a murky green. So we're going to use a bit of this to blend out the green side. And do the same, just start pulling that through the crease a little bit. And if you want to, you can use that Danny Boy shade, the more neutral shade, to soften out the green as well, just so they have this similar kind of tone. But this is more cool tones. This is a little bit warmer because green has yellow in it, which is a little bit more of a warmer shade. And then just the same on the lower lash. Everything's the same on both eyes. It's just using different colours, that's all. Okay, we're almost done. It's such a simple look. So now what I'm going to do is take a V Cosmetics, no, sorry. This is from Sleek. It's a small little flat brush, just a small tiny little one. And for the blue side, we're going to take Cove Harbour. So it's C-O-B-H. B-H in the Irish language is V. So Cove, not Cove. It's Cove. And we are going to take a little bit of that, and that is going to be our inner corner highlight. We're going to pop that on the inner part, right on the inner corner, because I just love having even a deep shimmer in here, but any sort of shimmer on the inner corner. I love it. I can't remember if I used this in my first impressions or not, but that is such a pretty shade. Oh my god. And then for the other side, I've just cleaned off my brush a little bit. This is a 231, again, the small little smudgy brush. Just clean that off, and we're going to take the shade Geogwitch, which I definitely know I've used already. I think I used it in the first look here, but we're going to take this one because it has that lovely kind of greeny gold shimmer. So when you're doing like reverse smoky eyes, you want to make sure that like the colours that you're picking are going to go together. Like you don't want to do a pastel blue and a bright red. Well, you can. It's not to say you can't, but they're going to be off balance. The bright red is going to stand out and this is going to look like it's got nothing on. So you want to go with like the depth of colour similar. So kind of the same depth of green. That's why I changed my greens, because once I seen how dark this shade was, I went with a slightly darker green on this side. I kind of went with tonal as well, so both cool toned as well, just to keep it more in the family, you know. But it's you can do whatever way you want to, really. It's just that makes it a bit more cohesive. So when you have two different colours on your eyes, I mean, it is jarring, but it's not as jarring when it's two colours that look very similar. Okay, that is it. Super simple, super quick, very effective look. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to do, I think, a nice wing liner. I love doing a wing liner when I do looks like this. A nice pair of lashes. Finish off my cheeks with a little bit of highlighter. And then a nice lip. I don't know what I'm going to use. I don't really know what I have with me here. So I'll pick something. I don't know. So I'll let you know what I use when I come back. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off my look. It is stunning. I love it. I added some little jewels as well, which I'll go through in a second. But let me go through everything that is on my face right now. So to finish off the eyes, I used two of my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencils. One in LSD, which is like a sparkly blue, and I popped that on the blue side. And then I used Mildew, which is a khaki green. I popped that on the green side just to match on my lower lash line and have a similar effect on both sides. For my nice big winged liner that I did, I used my MAC brushstroke liner in Brush Black and just did a decent size wing, but probably bigger than most people would do. But like a decent size wing, because I like that effect when I do this sort of eye, just to fill that space. And then my mascara is my MAC Stack mascara from MAC, obviously, on my top and my bottom lashes. For my lashes then, I went in with my Noir Fairies from House of Lashes, nice and full, really dense in the root, and they have that sort of winged out effect just to pull the eye out, and I love these lashes. I usually use them when I do this sort of eye as well, so I love them with this sort of eye. Onto cheeks then, I went in with my Made by Mitchell blush in Hello There, which is my bronzer slash contour, just to warm up my face and shape my face. And then I used another blush from Made by Mitchell in My Darling, which is a pinky sort of tone, just to give a bit of colour to the face. And then onto highlight, I went in with my Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb highlighter in How Many Carats, the white one, which just gives this like clear translucent sparkle to the cheeks, nice wet looking shine on the face. And then for lips, super simple, I went in with my Unearthly Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Diana, which is that kind of greyish sort of neutral grey lip. And then over top I just used a clear gloss. This is the Makeup Revolution clear gloss. I got it in an advent calendar. It's just clear. Any clear gloss will do. And then for my little jewels, these are just from Colourpop. They're these ones here. They're the Crystal Face Jewels individual crystal sheet. There's 81 crystals apparently on this, even though it doesn't really look like it. But I used a mixture of the kind of, not the larger size, but like the medium, the small, and then the extra small, just to give a little bit of a twinkle around the eye, just for something a little bit more interesting on the eye. So that is it. That is everything that's on my face. That is how I completed this look, and I love this look. I always love doing this sort of look. I feel super glam but still a bit grunge. I just think it don't know, it just makes me feel happy doing this sort of look. And that is it, using the Nomad Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. And I love this palette. I think it's such a pretty palette, such an interesting colour story, especially for Ireland, having those blues, the kind of yellows, coppers, that kind of thing. Not just doing a green, white and orange palette, not doing an all green palette, but there is a lot of green in there that you can play with. But I just think the shimmers are beautiful, the mattes are beautiful, that navy just has my heart. That's probably my favourite shade in the whole palette. I love this. So I want to know down in the comments below, what is your favourite look from this video? Is it this beautiful two-toned look, or is it the more neutral with a pop sort of look that I done in look number 1? Let me know down below. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support to get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming. We have got more 2 looks on palettes. We have got more first impressions. I'm trying to, in the time I'm here in my boyfriend's house, film, so you'll probably see this background a lot, film a lot of my content up as far as like Halloween, and then for like August, September, just film Halloween, because that's what I'm trying to do to get my timing right. I think I'll be able to do it, so hopefully I will have enough time to do so. But yeah, that's the goal. So hit subscribe down below to see any of that, and also leave me a comment down below of anything you want to see for spooky season. I have a list, but she's not full yet, so give me some ideas. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below, where I post all my up close eye pictures of all my looks and my full face pictures as well. And my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content if you want to go give both of those a follow. So I think that's everything for me, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.